Hey everyone, thank you for joining us. We are Justine and
Steph, hey Neen.
Hey. And you guys are listening to the Total 90s podcast. I said total. I meant totally.
That's okay.
I
Maybe
don't
you were
know.
thinking about Total Request Live,
Maybe I was.
TRL.
You know what it was on my screen? I could see your little sign and I read it and it says total from how I could see it.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't know why. But yeah, anyways, welcome everybody.
Welcome.
How are you,
Happy
Steph?
happy days are here again. I'm doing great. I'm just gonna complain about my allergies because damn it, they are
Oh,
alive and kicking. And I know you are an allergy queen yourself. So
I sure am. Do you take medicine for it?
I take Zyrtec every morning,
Oh,
like my
good.
24 hours. It's the only thing that helps alleviate a little bit. Nothing else works for
Yeah,
me.
same here. I was taking Claritin for a long time and then went over to Zyrtec and gosh, but you may need a nose spray.
I do. I have
Oh,
Flonase.
you do Flonase, so you do both in combo?
I sure
Yeah.
do.
It's just, things are running rampant. They're growing like crazy, you know? So, the allergies are going to be here for a long time, unfortunately. Do you
Oof.
do a neti pot?
You know what? I don't know how to use it. But like, it's like steaming, right?
Not really. I mean, because you're actually forcing water down your nose.
Oh, I
Uh-huh.
should do that. I don't know how. I don't have an neti pot, but what I do sometimes do is a saline spray.
Hmm.
So,
And
um,
that's still really good. So
okay.
you're
Do you
one.
do a neti pot?
I used to, but then I just stopped because my allergies got better. But then I moved here, and then they got crazy again. But they say you should use a neti pot like you brush your teeth, so it should be something you do every day in the morning or at night. Because during the day you get so much buildup of like dust and pollen inside your nasal cavity and your sinuses that the neti pot clears it all out. So people say that when they use it every day religiously, their allergies have completely gone away.
I'm gonna
But
look into it. Thank you.
yeah, distilled water. Yeah, make
Oh,
sure you do the right water. Don't use normal tap water, people. A
uh-oh.
man just died about a month ago from getting like this crazy like amoeba or something that went into his brain.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a brain eating thing, parasite. Because he used tap water. But
Okay.
so, yeah, so just use distilled water.
I'm scared, but thank you.
I know it is a really weird thing to use, but it works. I mean, I don't know. You get to a point with your allergies that it's like so horrible and like uncomfortable that you'll do anything.
Exactly like the man that died because he was desperate to like clear his nasal cavity. Jesus. Poor guy.
Right? Tell me about it. I know. I don't know. The pollen count. Do you get itchy eyes, right?
Itchy eyes, itchy right here, like in the what is this? My
Ugh.
temple. Oh my
Uh-huh.
God. I just
Mm.
it's a whole to do. But
Ugh.
itchy eyes, and then I smear my makeup all over the
Oh my God.
place.
I've never had itchy eyes in my life until I moved here. And I would rather have like nose stuff versus itchy eyes. That's awful.
Oh my God, Neen.
Like, and and I was itching. I was like, oh, come to mama. I was like, and then I read that the more you itch it, it releases like histamines, which causes more itching. And so you
Ew.
literally can't itch.
I am so itchy right now. Oh, my whole body.
Yeah, it's awful.
Well, aren't you guys glad you tuned in just when you did?
I know,
But
gosh. But anyways,
I didn't even ask, how are you today? How is your beauteous self doing on this
oh,
fine and pollen riddled day?
I'm good. I'm doing really well. I'm happy it's almost the weekend, which is crazy. This
We're
week like
saying,
flew
yeah,
by. I,
me.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, I know we talked about this before. January was like forever. February was like
Hmm.
we blinked, it was done. March, we blinked and it was done. April, we're
Hmm.
already at the end of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like in shock. It's going to be summer. which I'm happy about,
Yeah.
but I don't know where the time is going. I really
Yeah.
don't.
I don't either because before you know it, we're going to be turning 42. And I'm just like, yeah,
Hmm.
I know. I know. That's why
Wow.
these recording, about the 90s is so good for our hearts and souls because it
Yes.
brings our little hearts back to that place, that innocent place,
It
and
does. Mm.
whew,
Like I
so
was thinking, like we're gonna be 42. I wonder if we're gonna feel this way when we're like 60, if we're gonna
yes.
feel like we're 20. Because in my head, I
Yes.
still think I'm young.
Me too. Well, you look like you're 20, especially with your bangs, which
Aw.
you're taking away from us. But uh
I am slowly but surely. If I could pull these suckers out of my head, I will. I told Tony and my mom, I said, man, maybe I could just shave them off. Imagine that.
wait, imagine if he did a Courtney Cox and Scream 4. Remember when she had the bangs up
Oh my
here? What was
God.
that?
I don't know, but that was a trend. It really was. And I was not there for it. I mean, who wants their freaking bangs to look like teeth?
They did look like teeth. Thank you. I was trying to figure, or like one of those brushes you use to scrub like little small crevices. My God. Let me
Yeah, like a
come here.
Brillo.
Come here. Let me borrow your head real quick. I gotta clean my keyboards.
Oh my God, no, stop.
Oh.
That's just awful. Awful look. I
But
can't.
believe it or not, folks, we're not going to talk about bangs today. Although I
No.
do want to, I want to like pass around a petition virtually to you all to have you sign in favor of Neen keeping her adorable bratty bangs. Although you look beautiful without, you look beautiful with any hairstyle, but your
Mm.
bangs, like it kills me. Like an angel. She's like, oh my God. I go, I know. And I think it's because
Aw.
you and Pretzel look even more like twins with when you have the same hair. It's eerie.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people have said that. Wow, you look more like our Presley. It just reminds us of Presley because she had those, her whole life.
Yeah, I know.
But then I think of how long it took her to grow those out, and I'm like, great, I'm going to be on the same path, Presley.
See,
Oh,
I have her in my head always with those bangs still. So to me, she
yeah,
has bangs
that was
forever. To
her.
me, she has this with the Beatles haircut.
I know her little bob. I know, and she just. I was sad when she got rid of them because that it kept like her baby face, and it's so funny when I cut my bangs. That's what everybody said. Oh my gosh, you look like a baby.
You do
I don't
look
know
like
what it
a
is with bangs. It makes people look younger.
I don't think I would have the same effect. I think I looked like someone's old aunt that smoked 10 packs a day when I
Your
tried the
Aunt
bangs look.
Edna.
Exactly. Bangs did not look cute on me. Although, and I think
Mm,
it's because I had them my whole life, but then
yeah.
I got rid of them. But who told me to get bangs when I did? Like my face shape at the time, it was not flattering for the look,
Hmm.
but yeah, and also the cowlick. So
Was that
yeah.
like circa what year?
2004, 2000. Oh, wait, you know what? No, I lie. 2008. My sister was like 7.
Okay. I'm sure you looked phenomenal. I don't
Doesn't
remember
matter.
you with bangs.
I
But
gotta pull out a pic.
yeah, for real. It's so funny how it's bangs are a thing where you forget how much of a bitch it is to grow them out. And then you cut them
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, now I remember the minute you
Yeah.
chop them off.
Yeah.
God. But
Woo. Anyways,
anyways,
so
what do we
Neen.
I was
Ah,
gonna ask you.
go ahead.
Okay, well, what are we gonna talk about, Steph?
Well, Neen, today we are going to bring to our listeners and our viewers a very tantalizing topic. If, we do say so ourselves.
Yes.
We're going to talk about some of the most iconic commercials of the 90s.
Hmm.
What? Cue the
Wow.
applause track now. We need
I
some
know.
sound
We
effects.
do. I actually wanted to invest in one of those, a soundbite thing.
Ooh,
I
let's
just might.
discuss. Maybe I also want, no, that's me.
Oh.
Sorry. Hi, my dogs are saying hello to you all
Oh,
again.
yeah,
God.
they're our ghost guests.
Oh my God. But no, you know what else we should invest in besides the clapping is the ah or the
Yeah. Yes,
ooh.
exactly. I know because I saw one where you just press the buttons and it has a whole bunch of different sounds, and you can even create your own.
Um, let's discuss after the
Yes,
show.
I agree.
But yeah, so like, I mean, the 90s were responsible again for so much goodness, so much just creativity.
Hmm.
And the commercials of the 90s have any decade beat, in my opinion, although the 80s were responsible for some great ones too. But the
Oh, for sure.
90s were amazing. And you know what? I'm just going to kick it off with the most iconic, in my opinion, and you'll
Hmm.
probably agree,
Hmm.
is Mentos.
Oh,
I mean,
hands down.
Mentos fresh.
Oh my gosh, Mentos, the fresh maker.
Fresh maker. Yeah, exactly. No, and it was just so, I mean, catchy. I can still like, first of all, we know the jingle off the top of our heads. What I loved about it, so the candy was around forever, but then the commercials, like they wanted to like get the word out because the candies aren't really all that. I mean, I do
Right.
like I sometimes gravitate to them still to this day because I like the mint ones.
Hmm.
It's kind of like gum, but not really. So I never
Right.
liked the fruit ones. But actually, what I thought was so cool is that it was an actual German ad agency was contracted by the company in the
Oh,
early 90s,
wow.
I believe 91 or around that time, to make these
Hmm.
commercials. And these commercials supposedly were poking fun at American TV and the way Americans behave. And
Interesting.
in reflecting and thinking about some of these commercials, like my favorite one was the guy in the business suit. Everything was going wrong, and then he
Hmm.
pops some
Yes.
Mentos in his mouth. He like
Hmm.
rocks. He like sits on a bench and he gets like white paint on him, but it's like strategically placed so it looks like pinstripes on his
Hmm.
suit.
Yes.
I mean, everything that could go wrong went wrong for this poor guy. But the second he popped that damn Mentos in his mouth, life changed. And
Right.
so I love the message. Like, life's too
Hmm.
short. Pop a Mentos,
Yes.
you'll feel much better. So that's my favorite.
Yeah, and jokes on them for making fun of us, right?
Uh-huh.
Because that was a freaking rock star commercial that everybody to this day, when you think of the a Mento, you say that little slogan in your head, right?
You know, and the thing is like I feel like we don't have slogans anymore.
No, we
Um,
don't.
like, you know, I know we're going to talk about all these other commercials, but like they all had a catchy slogan.
Hmm.
And maybe because I don't have cable anymore, I just have the TV apps, I lose out on today's commercials. But do you see any commercials today that have a slogan or anything like the way
No,
this?
not at all.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of commercials
Yeah.
nowadays. Like, there's nothing that I can say that really calls to my attention. And the thing is like even during the Super Bowl, when everybody's like there for the commercials, I mean, there's some that are very, like, when it involves like puppies or whatever,
Yeah.
or they have like a good meaning behind them, but I'm not even stoked about that. I mean,
Exactly.
back in the day, I feel like these commercials sold their products. Everything's different nowadays. We don't have Toys R Us. We don't have KB Toys. Like, we don't have these things where, and a lot of times, like, these commercials are all aimed towards kids. There's some, like you have like maybe toothpaste or something like that, which may be aimed towards an adult. But, you have candy, you have cereal, you have toys. All those things are aimed towards kids. When I
Mhm.
was a kid, I got all my what do you call it? My inspiration for my toys from commercials.
Same. Barbie Dream House, like all the
Yes,
Barbie
Baby
stuff. They all,
Alive.
oh, Baby Alive. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like
My
they
buddy,
had, oh,
my buddy,
oh my God.
my
Or Ted,
buddy.
exactly. And was it My Buddy like Chucky?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so creepy.
No, but the thing is like exactly then I would be like, Daddy, take me to Toys R Us. Like, I want
Mhm.
to go get this like
Right.
slamming new doll. No,
Yes.
it's so true. And now, like, so okay, perfect example. We have one of the apps where we watch our Law and Order SVU. I can't think
Mhm.
the Peacock channel. So like
Mhm.
we will get a commercial. Why are they all about like antidepressants or like pills you have to take when you hit 65 because
Yeah,
your
with all
bones
the
hurt?
damn side effects. Why did they
Exactly.
have to
Side
say the
effects
side
may
effects on
include,
there?
yeah.
I don't want to know
exactly.
if I'm going to have a leaky ass. Like, don't tell me this
Exactly.
because I'm not going to
Thank
buy your
you.
product.
Also, why does every single product out there make your ass leak?
That's what I
Perfect,
want to
perfect.
know.
What is that?
I don't know. And you know what? Okay, I have a question for you.
Mm.
This is so off topic, but I just want to know because I do this. When you were younger, did you even worry about like all the side effects in a medication
No,
that you were given?
no,
But
ever. Who
now
thinks
that
about
I'm
that?
older,
Yeah.
I tend to look at the side effects more
Oh
often.
yeah, me too. I mean, especially, yeah, no, you kind of have to. I feel like
Right?
once you hit 35 and up, you have to kind of be concerned with what you're putting in your body. So I do too.
Yes, for real. Because I got an allergy. Speaking of allergies, I got an allergy medication last year when I had this major like sinus thing, and they gave me something for my allergies. And I read the side effects, and I should have never done it because it said
Uh-oh.
it could make you have like a psychotic, like you can go into
A
psychosis.
Mannix. Oh my God.
So it freaked the
No.
crap out of me. I was like, screw that. I'll just suffer.
I would have done the same thing. I don't want to
Mhm.
hallucinate or anything. So I would
No.
have done the same thing. Screw
Oh,
that.
yeah. But see, nowadays I think that's the thing is people don't know really how to market stuff like they did back then. Something was lost along the way. And maybe it's because now we don't have cable like we used to, where cable was just, you know, every channel with no subscriptions. And it was just a given with all these commercials. Nowadays, it depends on what platform you are and obviously who's with this particular channel or whatever. It's just different. Where's the Angelas from Who's the Boss making all these slogans that we need? Marketing, I wonder, it's a different type of marketing. It's more like social media now. Everything's computer based and it's just a different feel.
Eh, 100% Nate, 100. Everything is all like via, I'm learning all about products and stuff via TikTok and
Hmm.
Instagram. So
Totally.
well said. And on that note, can you tell us what one of your favorite commercials of the 90s
um
was?
so there's a lot, but the
Right?
one that I like for me, because to this day I still love them, is a good old chia pet.
Girl.
Chia. Okay.
Again, the song. We will never
Yes.
forget the Chia Pet song.
No. Who is your favorite cheetah pet? I mean, chia
I
pet.
I had a Bob Ross one.
Oh, I love it.
And
Mine
also
was
the
Lionel
standard.
Richie.
Oh, I never had a Lionel Richie Chia
Mhm.
Pet.
I
Mo,
had a
but
Lionel
like,
Richie.
but like in the 90s, I remember just seeing like that dog or the whatever the
Yes,
Chia was. So I love
exactly.
it. I think
Hmm.
I think Walgreens still sells Chia Pets. I kind of want to get one just because we're doing this whole
Yes.
90s thing together.
We should get, you know what? We should get each other one and surprise each other with the ones that, because there's so many. There's
All
like
right.
nowadays there's Betty White. Like you said,
Oh.
there's Bob Ross. I think I saw one that was Snoop Dogg, which would be good for your mom.
Yeah, she would love the hell out of that Chia Pet. And that's also a 90s icon. So amazing.
Yes,
I love
exactly.
Chia Pets. My
I know. I mean,
God.
the only thing that makes me sad about chia pets is that they don't last long. It's kind of like
No.
once they grow,
Then
that's
they
it.
go.
Yes. That should have been their slogan. One of their ending slogans, I mean,
No.
you grow it and then once they go, they grow, they go,
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's so cool. It's such a, I don't know, it's just a fun gift. It's a good gag gift. So if you ever go to like a white elephant party or whatever, and you're going to be swapping some funny gifts, everybody loves a chia pet.
I like that. I like it.
Hmm.
Good point. Good tip, Neen.
Thank
That's
you.
I'm always struggling with what to do there.
And it's easy on your wallet.
Uh, that's true. Isn't it like
Hmm.
9.99 or something
Yeah,
like that?
exactly.
Amazing. One of my other favorite commercials that probably isn't like appropriate, but whatever.
Hmm.
Uh, the Taco Bell commercials with the little chihuahua.
Oh, the Yo quiero
Yo
Taco
quiero
Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah. Like, of course, in today's, time, it's good. Oh, that's so inappropriate and so like, insulting and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But back then, I wasn't insulted. I'm sure you weren't, and your family wasn't
Mm-mm.
insulted. And I just thought it was so cute. And then later on to see like Reese Witherspoon have the little chihuahua
I
in
know.
Legally Blonde, I felt like that was a play off of that. And then like Chihuahua started appearing like in movies and stuff. Like George
Mm-hmm.
Lopez was the voice of one in like a double movie, like a part one and two. Like it just was so
Yes.
cute. And like the little Chihuahua, all he wanted was his little Taco Bell, and he did whatever he could to get it. So I thought that
Mm-hmm.
was cute. Again, catchy slogan.
It was, and I think that like, when it comes to like cultural, there's a word for it.
Appropriation.
Yeah, that's it. Um, I don't know. It kind of goes along the lines where we could say like everybody's too sensitive now. I kind of feel like it's nice when people want to, bring up like the culture of someone, I
Mhm.
mean, we are the United States, why not? And it's not like you were making fun of them.
People like think that they are, and it's like, okay,
Oh
well,
man.
again, we're
I mean, doesn't a Chihuahua come from Mexico?
I don't know the origins. Me, I probably if that's where that
I
comes
don't
from. But
know. It
people
didn't,
got
like
so
you said, it didn't offend me, and I love Taco Bell, or I did back then. Nowadays, it gives me a stomach ache.
yeah, no,
But
exactly. But
mhm.
yeah, so that was my cute little like because I love dogs too. So that one was one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, for sure. One of mine was the double mint gum.
Oh, double your pleasure, double
Double
your
your
fun.
fun. Oh, and back in the day, they had Tia and Tamara, because they were the
Yep,
twins,
yep.
do the infamous double mint song. And, it's just it's so funny. Like, no matter where you are, I mean, I'm sure in other countries, I don't know. That would be interesting if they translated those. I'm sure they
Yeah,
did, right?
probably. I think they have to. Yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing. It's,
yeah.
and it's not, and you don't even have to say any words, just the sound alone, it's from double mint gum. And I love double
Exactly.
mint gum.
I do too. And like Trident had their own like catchy one. And then
Mm-hmm.
the what was
Oh
the yellow
yeah.
gum? The yellow gum and the
Juicy
juicy
fruit.
fruit.
It's
The juice
gonna
is
move
gonna
you.
lose you.
Uh-huh.
It gets
Gets
right
right
to
to
ya.
ya.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The taste, the
Just a
taste, the
taste, a
taste is
taste,
gonna
gonna
move
move ya.
ya.
Oh my gosh, amazing. And oh my gosh, speaking of gum, do you remember Fun Stripes gum? I think that's what
I,
it's called. Fun Stripe.
whoa, whoa,
Remember
whoa.
it had like a giraffe on it? Do you
Yes.
remember? And it had all the
Ooh.
different colors.
Oh my God. Is that no longer?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure you could find it in some like candy store. But
Like,
I believe it was Fun Stripe gum was like a big, and it was a really cool commercial too because it was so colorful. Kind of reminded me of like Willy Wonka back in the day.
oh my God. Oh my, I love gum. Remember the gum
Mm-hmm.
that was in the baseball packet and it was shredded gum? I used to put that whole thing in
Yes.
my mouth and chew it.
Okay. What was that called? What was that called? Big, big. What was that called?
Big
Chew,
some big
chew,
mouth? No,
big chew.
maybe big chew.
Now that's gonna bug me. Along with that, now that we're gonna look it up, but is bubble tape?
Yes, bubble tape was delish. Oh, big league chew. So you were
That's
close.
it. Okay, yes, big.
Bubble tape, again, another one I would just take right on out of the dispenser and put it
Same
all in my
here.
mouth. Why is gum so? And I have that toxic trait with gum still. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll pop a gum in my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
chew the hell out of it. The flavor's gone. Do you think I'd spit it out and put a new one in? No, I put the other one in my mouth and I'm chewing. Pretty soon I have 5 strips of gum in my mouth and I'm like, my jaw hurts. Why?
For real, because you know what? You had to work for your gum back in the day.
Okay. And then also, do you remember the gum that was like little squares and then you would bite into it and there was juice in the middle?
Oh my gosh, stop it right now. I think
Oh
those were
my
called those,
God.
you know what? I always used to get those when my parents would go to like a medical building.
Yeah.
Somehow they always had that gum. It was like green or
Uh-huh. And
red.
red. Yes.
Oh,
And my grandma always had a pack in her purse and I would always swipe it. It
oh
was
my gosh.
so good. And then also like big yum or big the other one, it was
Oh,
like
bubble yum?
bubble yum. Yeah.
Oh God. That's amazing. It's so funny you talked about that gum with the stuff in the middle because Tony and I were trying to figure out what gum that was because it was such a good
Oh,
flavor.
mean. Oh my God. And then also we would be remiss if we didn't talk about what was that red gum that was spicy?
Oh,
Trident. Did we already say that? No, something
no,
else.
red, big red.
Big Red. Thank you. Because
Oh,
they had sexy gum commercials in the 90s.
oh, they sure did. Oh my
Yep, they
gosh.
did. Oh my God.
Oh,
And
wow.
like, so clearly gum was huge in the 90s and
Hmm.
today, but like coffee was very, very big in commercials. And one of my favorites jingles to this day, and I still sing it. Are you ready? The best part of waking up is
It's
Folgers
Folgers
in
in
your
your
cup.
cup.
Na, na. Oh my God. I still sing it when Angel brings
Ah,
me my coffee in the morning.
I
Like that
love
is my
it.
song. And I don't
Yes.
drink Folgers like any, like
No.
I don't drink Folgers, but I sing the song. It is the most iconic. I think that song is better than the Mentos song for
Oh,
me
no,
because
for
it's
real.
so.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, my dogs. Why don't you, yeah, keep going, Steph. I'm going to just mute them real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna sing it again so you guys can learn the words. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Da-na-na.
Yeah.
Folgers, the fresh.
Oh, damn dogs. It's okay. I'll just edit this part out. They're going to keep, I think my mom
Oh,
now is walking in, so I'll
oh,
just,
that's okay. You know what? We love dogs here. We love dogs, and that's a part of life.
I know.
And we, you know what? Maybe they just want us to talk more about the Yo Quiero Taco Bell commercials.
For real, they're probably jealous that they didn't have that part. They weren't even
No,
a inkling in anybody's eye at that point.
but Neen, talk about that coffee we talked about, the international coffee. Talk about
Oh,
it, please, because it needs to be
okay.
in this episode. Oh, let me get cozy.
Okay, so there was a coffee called Vienna coffee.
Oh,
And so I remember it because when I was younger, my mom always used to go and visit her friends for like a coffee date, like in the afternoon. And her friend Elaine always had Vienna coffee. It was her thing. I don't know if it was like, because she had diabetes. I don't know if they had like sugar free or but they did. And I know they did. They had like decaf, regular, but they had like all these different type of flavors and they were so cute because they were in these little rectangular tins and then you had to like take off. It kind of reminded me of like Nestle Quick have to take off like the top part, like snap it off
oh,
like that tin
yeah.
part and then you just it's like hot chocolate or something and then you just
Mm.
do it and then it was so it had this aroma about it but the
Oh,
flavor was so good. I always had to put like 4
mm.
spoonfuls because if you only put 1, it was very watery, and I'm not
Yeah.
down for that. I want to taste just the flavor. And they still sell it in Target.
Let's buy some and have a coffee date and see
Yes.
if it tastes as good as it did back then.
I agree. We should because it is so good. And you know what? The flavor has not changed, which makes me very happy because sometimes, you know, things change as time goes on. And the
Yeah.
flavors aren't the same. It's like Hostess cupcakes.
What?
They don't I
What?
mean, they remember they went out of business?
Yeah.
Once they went out of business, they don't taste the same. I mean, not I can't even remember the last time I really even
Yeah.
Hostess cupcake or whatever.
We
But when
should
we were
have one.
little, well, yeah, right? But when we were little, they encapsulated like a certain memory. Like it just like triggered something for
Remember, you would peel the top off, eat that
Oh,
either last or first, and then
yes.
I used to like biting into it and then sticking my tongue like to get the
Yes, and take the cream out.
oh.
Okay, so what did you do? Did you eat the cake first or did you eat the top first?
I ate the cake first and saved the top for
Thank
last.
you. Okay, I think that's the normal way.
Yeah.
But
So
to each its
good.
own. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so like if you back in the day when you had like McDonald's, would
Oh.
you eat your burger first or would you eat your fries first? Or would you eat both at the same time? Like take a bite, take and then have a fry.
I think, okay, so I wasn't into the burgers when I
Oh, that's
was
right, you were
younger,
chicken
like
sandwich.
chicken sandwich or chicken nuggets. And
Mm-hmm.
I think I would eat my sandwich first and have my fries for dessert. Like if my
Yes.
memory serves, because like the fries were the best part. Oh God, you're making me hungry because that sounds so good right now. Yeah. Oh, a nugget. Oh,
Right? I mean,
moment of
I know
silence. What would
we
you do? Would you eat fries
um
first?
oh no. Mm-mm.
Dessert.
It used to infuriate me, especially if I was driving with someone and they had the audacity to start snacking on the fries. It's like, what the freak? Get your hand out of the bag. Like, come on. I want all my fries there when I get home. I don't need
Yeah.
half a thing. You know what I mean? God, whatever. But anyways, I know we were talking about Vienna and then we're right into McDonald's, so I'm just gonna mention it. Any
Yes.
McDonald commercial was fire. And I don't know
Yes.
in the 80s, and I don't know if it filtered over into the 90s, but um I don't because I didn't even look it up in regards to McDonald's commercials in the 90s, but I know when we were younger, it was like, remember that song? Big
I'm
Mac
loving
Filet.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
that
wait.
too. But remember that song they used to sing? Did you sing it ever? It was like Big Mac Filet of Fish, quarter pounder French fries, icy cola, milkshake sundaes, and apple
Apple
pies.
pies. Yes. Oh
Yes.
my God. Where was that from?
I don't
The
know.
commercial?
I want to say it came from a commercial somewhere, or maybe that was just something someone made up and we used to have it
Oh
like
my
a clapping game
God.
when we were little.
Yeah, like Miss Mary Mac. I think it was
Yes,
one of those clapping games that we
exactly.
would
Maybe that
play.
was it.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, you just brought me back. What the hell? Oh my God. Not to like change it to Burger King, but real quick, last month, me and Angel were out running a bunch of errands
Mm-hmm.
and we were at Westlake and I was like, oh my God, I kind of want an original chicken sandwich, the long one with some
Mm-hmm.
fries, because
Mm-hmm.
that used to be my jam when I was a kid. I
Uh-huh.
hadn't had it since I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
that particular sandwich. And Angel was so excited. She's like, oh, okay. I don't think she has ever had Burger King. So like
Wow.
yeah. So she was like, I'll have a Whopper. And we were just like, what?
Aw.
We were just throwing down. It was the taste of
Oh,
that chicken sandwich I have right here. And it tasted just as good as it did back in the 90s. Oh my
yes.
God. What a throwback.
No, for that's so funny you mentioned that because when Presley was sick, a couple weeks ago with the stomach bug, she hadn't eaten in like 3 days. Like literally, she didn't eat anything. So I said, I'll get you anything you want. So I told Tony, I said, I don't know, maybe we could just get her like a chicken sandwich at Burger King. I hadn't been to Burger King since I don't even know. I mean, I can't even tell you when the last time I had gone to Burger King, right? So we go in and I go, oh, I'll just get her a chicken sandwich. It's got the, and so then I got one and then Tony got one. Yeah, they taste the same. Taste the same. I don't know. That's something about Burger King. I didn't really care for it too much when I was little, but the chicken burgers, or my favorite was the BK broiler.
Oh,
That
I've
was
never
my
had
favorite.
it. See, I've
Oh,
never
so
had a
good.
Whopper. I never messed with like burgers, and and
Mm-hmm.
I love burgers as an adult. As a kid, not
Mm-hmm.
so much. I was more about chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they look the pictures, and then like when I saw Angel's Whopper, I was like, okay, Burger King, like,
Mm-hmm.
damn.
It has like a distinct Burger King has a distinct flavor to it, which is good, but I would prefer something else. The BK broiler actually was a grilled
Oh,
chicken sandwich. So,
oh,
and it had like, tomatoes and lettuce. Oh, so tasty. Yeah, and then
damn.
they took it away. They don't have it anymore. Hate when they do that.
And I didn't they take no, they would be stupid to take this away at McDonald's. My dad used to always get the filet o fish.
Oh, yes, they do. Yeah, man, Presley will have a filet o fish every now and then. Got her on that. And so, like, every now and then, can I have a filet o fish? She loves
Oh,
it.
that's adorable. I've never had it, but it's comforting to know that it's on the menu because
Hmm.
I thought they took it away. So that makes me happy. Yay.
Yeah. No, McDonald's was a staple in the 90s for us, like 80s and 90s, just our childhood.
Yes, definitely. And like, I don't know that they would put in their commercials like the actual restaurants, like the
Hmm.
ins, but just the way that it was back in the day compared to now, it's so like now there's like machines where you order your own food and it's all digital and you don't, which I'm an introvert, so I don't want to talk to Joe Schmo. I just want to do it myself.
Hmm.
But it's something comforting about like the brown interior of a McDonald's from the
Hmm.
90s and the
Yes.
same, but one thing that they would put in their commercials, I think, was that stupid fool, the Ronald McDonald. I will,
I
I hate
that
him.
stupid fool.
I hate him so much. He's racist. The one I met. I'm still hanging on to that
You're
day.
so
Oh,
funny. And what's crazy is Presley can't stand him either. She hates him. She's
good.
deathly afraid of him. She's
Well,
like,
I am too.
I don't even understand why is like, why do people like him? He's just so creepy. Like she can't even look at him because she'll get nightmares.
Agreed. Agreed, pretzel. Hang on to that thought. But you know what I did like though? I did like the Energizer Bunny. Like, because
Oh,
mascots were huge. Stupid Ronald McDonald was the mascot for McDonald's.
mm,
But the Energizer Bunny, now he is someone that I could get behind, maybe because he was powered by a battery. But
yes.
I loved him. I absolutely loved him. I loved him banging on his little drum.
Mm-hmm.
And it made buying a battery that more interesting. Like the
It
commercial
did.
drew you in. It was like, wow,
Oh, it
okay.
sure did. It was so catchy. And he's
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah, totally.
And wasn't he on
Totally.
skates?
He would be on all kinds of things, like
That's right.
skates. He would march with his drum, like a whole bunch of stuff. So I love him. He is a good,
Oh,
he's a good one.
yes, he was. No, and to this day, everybody still remembers the Energizer Bunny.
Mhm.
I mean, heavens. Hmm. Anyways, Got Milk is one of
I was
my,
yes, exactly.
and that
Me.
commercial in particular.
Oh, which one? The one where he was growing and growing? Yeah.
No, was it the one where he's stuffing his face, or no, he's eating,
Oh, the
remember?
peanut butter sandwich,
Yeah,
and he
and then
can't
he can't,
say.
exactly. And I don't know why I used to think that was so funny. I thought it was hilarious and I used to laugh hysterically because they
Yeah.
couldn't figure out what he was trying to say, you know? And it was just like got milk. And it didn't, it started there, but it went on to like the all the campaigns in the magazines with everybody, all these stars doing got milk campaigns with the
With the
milk on their
little
lip.
mustache. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Britney Spears is one that's right here in my memory and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I just it made you want to drink milk. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you grow. And then also like the ones where like I think Britney was standing next to little Britney.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yes,
she's all
exactly.
grown up holding her milk. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so this is good for kids to see. Like, if you drink your milk, you're going to grow up to be strong, good bones, and look like Britney Spears. So,
Right. And and how amazing, just like with when you think about it, I was reading something somewhere where they were talking about this particular advertising and marketing they did for it, and how something like as boring as milk, because I don't like milk, but um
I forgot.
but for milk, like to have such a huge impact with that commercial and with just two words, got milk. That was it. I mean, how freaking phenomenal. Genius. Because that
Hmm.
carried on well into even the 2000s.
Oh, definitely. That thing was, it was huge because they
Mm-hmm.
could get everyone. They got Tyra Banks. They had every single person was doing that campaign and it was pretty lucrative. So,
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
and I totally can see them standing next to their little selves. And also the little kid
Hmm.
that kept drinking his milk and you saw him progress into like an
Yes,
adult. So I
exactly.
thought
I
that was
forgot about that
cool.
one. Yeah, no, totally. What's another one for you, Steph?
I really liked cereal commercials back in the day and like
Mm-hmm.
going back to the mascot and slogan because that was a two like special ingredients to make these commercials really stand out. So tricks are for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh, yes.
like the tricks rabbit and like
Mm-hmm.
the kids are all like, hey, no, that's for me, and being mean to the rabbit, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I liked, then Captain Crunch and all that, but the tricks are for kids ones really stand out for me because it has the two things that I like in a commercial:
Mm-hmm.
slogan and mascot. So
Yes, same here. And like for me, it was Lucky Charms. They're magically
oh
delicious.
yes, with the marshmallows, like
Yeah.
frosted flakes, they're great.
Yes, exactly. And then Corn Pops was another one that was really big in the 90s.
Oh
Like I
yeah.
yeah, I can't remember the name of or how the commercial went, but I remember that one specifically because I remember seeing the bowl with a whole bunch of corn pops, and then you put the spoon in and all the corn pops just keep like coming out and the milk, and it was just like I don't, and it made me want to go buy corn pops.
Yes, totally.
And it's crazy because they don't really market, and I don't know if it has to do with the fact that cereal is just not as um it's looked down upon now more with
Yeah.
with people, and how sugary it is, and you shouldn't be, giving that to kids or whatever. You don't really see that many commercials for cereal. I mean, you don't really see that many commercials, like we said,
Period.
compared to how it used to be, but they don't really have, because Press, like some of these commercials, not commercials, cereals, Presley's like doesn't even know what they
Mm.
are. Like
No,
it's sad.
It is, and it sucks because I'm a huge cereal fanatic. I'm actually into boring cereals. Like my guilty pleasure is Smart Start, but I can't
Hmm.
have it in the house because I could literally house down two
Hmm.
bowls in one sitting and be like fulfilled as a woman. Like I love cereal so much, and like the serving size pisses me off. So I try not to buy cereal anymore because it angers me. Like three-fourths of a cup, what's that gonna
Yeah,
do?
exactly. Yeah, no. For
Is that gonna
real.
what? That's not even a tickle in my stomach. What is that?
No. Yeah. For real, when you measure it out, you're just like, ugh. And then the milk,
Uh-huh.
forget it. Yeah, it's not even
No.
worth it.
But like on the same vein, while we're on breakfast, I
Mhm.
really loved the breakfast replacement commercials, in particular Carnation Instant Breakfast. You're gonna love it in an instant. Like
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, I love those.
I
And
used to
it gives you like
love
a warm
them.
feeling when if we were to hear that now, it would like take us back in time where we would remember that. And it's a morning feel.
It is a morning feel, and I still sing the jingle because they still sell it, and I kind of want to get it. I used to be a big fan of having that in the mornings. I used to love Ovaltine as a kid, like stirring it in my milk and
Really?
drinking it. Like my
Oh,
dad.
dang.
So my dad tricked me into liking it because I liked Nestle Quick, and I was like, and then he
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Let's use this." But in an even better way. And, Ovaltine's even better. And girl, it was delicious. I could taste it right now.
Wow.
I want some right now.
Wow, you know what? It has a distinct flavor and it's not bad. I don't know why people thought it was bad, but it had a whole bunch of vitamins in there.
It did. It did.
So you can't, I mean, Ovaltine,
Mm,
and then you think of Nestle Quick.
mm.
Remember the rabbit? And you
I
would,
love the rabbit.
that
Oh
was
my
some really
God.
good commercials too. And it wasn't just that, it was like the strawberry one, which I never was
Oh,
down
I
with,
never
but
tried it, but it looks so good.
it did the way they I swear, see, they were just genius with how they made these commercials.
Um,
You could have given me a piece of crap and I would have been like, this is delicious. You know what I mean?
well, okay, here's something that didn't taste like crap, and the commercials made me thirsty every time. Sunny Delight.
Ooh, oh yeah, Sunny D. Dang, my mom still loves Sunny D.
Oh my, you have that in your house? I would die for a glass right now.
No, we don't. I had to tell my mom to stop buying it because she was buying it at Walmart and I didn't like Presley having that because now that we're older and you drink it, you could it's just sugar, like
It
sugar
is.
water. But it was so good back in the day because I mean,
Oh,
who didn't like sugar water? Hello, I'm down.
man, it was so fun being a kid. You didn't have to worry about all this crap.
That's for damn sure. I swear, no restrictions.
Oh, just fun.
It was. Tell me about it. Along the same lines of, I just lost one of the ones I was going to talk about, but I'm thinking of Pepsi and Cindy Crawford. Remember her commercials that she did? Dang. And it was just like,
Damn.
yeah. I mean, we love Cindy Crawford. I just loved her. I just think she
Yeah.
was beautiful, but it was actually like the first time where you actually saw her. Like, I mean, you knew she was a model, she did all these things, but I don't know, something about that commercial, I feel in a lot of ways really helped her career.
Oh yeah. She was just this bombshell, like, she was known. She was,
Hmm.
when she was doing it, but she kind of did take off even further.
Oh, for real.
Didn't
Her
she, and then she
hair.
started no, she started
Ugh.
being in music videos too.
Hmm.
Like it was like, no, this girl looks good, not just on picture, not just on print. She looks
Hmm.
good moving too. So
Yes.
100%. Like this,
Hmm.
she's everything. Love her.
No, for real. I kind of feel like that commercial kind of encapsulated the 90s, like with her hair, her makeup, what she was wearing, and it was just gave like 90s vibes all around.
Definitely. And then of course in the 2000s we had Britney again and
Hmm.
Pink and Beyonce. So yeah, Pepsi. I don't like Pepsi. I'm a Coca-Cola gal myself.
Same.
But yeah, they beat out Coke in my opinion with their commercials.
Hmm. Oh, totally.
Um, so yeah, go ahead, Pepsi. But do you remember the in Home Alone when Kevin McAllister had that talk boy thing that he would talk
Do I
into?
ever?
So, do you
Mm-hmm.
remember the commercial that followed? Because it was
Yes.
cute. That movie did so much for that toy, and
Mm-hmm.
I never got one. I'm
Me
bitter.
neither. Me neither. And I wanted one.
I did
I
too.
want, did it do what it did in the
It did
movie?
what it did. It was, I think it just sped up your voice or slowed it down.
Oh, I
That's
love
it.
it.
Yeah. So
Because that's an
like,
iconic scene in that movie. Presley and I, when we watch it every Christmas, we laugh
yeah.
hysterically.
Yeah. Same. Same. Look how old that movie is. It's
Right?
still effective. But like that commercial, I can see that little punk boy
Mm-hmm.
talking into his thing. And I was so jealous of him.
You're so funny. I love it.
And on the
I
same
know.
note, the Easy Bake Oven commercials, those little brats, although I did have an Easy Bake Oven, like that one
Hmm.
I got.
Yes. No, for real. Same here. I loved my Easy Bake Oven, even though it didn't cook anything all the way.
Girl, it would take freaking 8 hours to make one brownie bite.
Yeah. And here I was just eating the
The
freaking
batter.
mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, don't do me like this. Come on. I really
And
thought I was like Martha Stewart back in the day.
no, and then what I love is like you have these tuck boys for boys and then these ovens to train little girls to be homemakers. It was
Right?
very
Tell me about it. And I think that's what was cool is back in the day though, they did these things and you're just like, oh my gosh. And the girls in the commercials look so cool.
yes.
Right? The way they did their hair, it was like all crimped, and then they had like their makeup, and they just like, with their
All of them.
friends. Yeah.
Well, especially in commercials like for mall talk or girl talk or
Girl
like the
talk. Yeah.
girl talk, yeah, and
Hmm.
like going to the mall or some crap, and
Hmm.
they all looked so cool in their jeans, like
Hmm.
perfectly, like not blue, but they had like what was that look with the jeans where it was like mixed with white?
Oh, like acid wash?
Kind of, yeah, but
Uh-huh.
like it looked like speckled almost.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was kind of like pegged at the ankles.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh my
So,
gosh. Do you remember that? Remember the
yeah.
jeans with the bow
Oh
on the
yeah.
side and the zip up?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry. And there was a lot of games too that were popular in the 90s, like Connect 4 had a really popular one, and then they had uh what was there was another one, like Monopoly, and Monopoly was huge. I know they had a big commercial back then. I can't remember what it was, but games too were a big thing back then. Like, it was like they really marketed games all like constantly, and it always made me want to go and get, like, remember the one that went around your foot? It
Oh
was like
yeah.
and then it was a ball you had to like
Yeah, and you had to skip
skip.
over it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah,
Or like
yeah.
the pogo sticks.
Oh, totally,
Mhm.
totally. And then also on that same note, back in the 90s, Nintendo and Sega and everything was starting to get its popularity. And so the
Yes.
commercials for those
Mhm.
were awesome. Like I was
Yeah.
a fan of of the Sega commercials
Mhm.
personally, like with the hedgehog.
Yeah.
They were just so the colors were so vibrant. I think
Mhm.
they still do commercials for Mario Brothers, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. I think I remember seeing something like that. So it's nice to see that it translated to today's day and
Mhm.
age.
Totally.
So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it does
agree.
make me the other day we were in storage and I was organizing some stuff and I came across this box and on it says Steph's Super Nintendo and PlayStation. And I'm like,
Ugh.
I need to get the right connections. I need to set this up and I need to have a good time.
No, for real. That's so funny you mentioned that, because for Easter I was gonna get Presley, or I wanted to get her a Super Mario Brothers game
Oh,
for her Switch. Or no, she wanted it for PlayStation so she could play with Tony. And so all of a sudden I had these visions in my head of us being up all night just like playing like Super Mario Brothers, right? Or like Donkey Kong.
oh,
But of
Donkey
course it's
Kong.
PlayStation versus it, they don't have it for that system. And I was like, but she does have a Switch, and I guess we could, but it's in her room, so we're just like, it's better if it's out, but
Yeah.
stay up late at night trying to get through all these levels.
I used to play with my dad all the time growing up. He was
Mm-hmm.
so good.
Oh,
I'd be like, wow, he won all the levels. And I'm like, you're so cool.
oh, I love
And
it.
and recently my cousin in Peru sent me a picture of my old Game Boy. And I'm like, How'd that make it over there? She
Wow.
told me when she was visiting, oh, Prima, remember your Game Boy? We have it. I'm like, how the my dad would just like traipse into the night when he thought that I was done with all my games. It was
Oh
just
my
lovely. Like,
God.
of course I would want my cousins to have it, you know, but like I told her, save it for me. She goes, it doesn't work. I'm like, I don't care. Save it for me. That is a relic.
Oh, that
And
is.
Neen, check eBay because I actually bought a pink Game Boy a while back. Um, for like 20 bucks, 20 bucks used, and a
Hmm.
couple games like Super Mario 3 for the Game Boy. Girl,
Really?
they're out there on eBay. So if you're like wanting to relive it, throw it
Oh,
in your
dang.
purse when you're
Hell
driving
yeah.
around.
Oh my gosh. That would be amazing. Okay, I'm gonna have to look this up because that would be epic. Oh my gosh.
Epic. Yes.
But another one that I
Whew.
liked was a Tootsie Pop.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. How many
Yes.
licks?
And again, that commercial, didn't it come from like the 70s? That
Mm-hmm.
original commercial.
Sure
And then
did.
it totally kept playing throughout our childhood. So
Mm-hmm.
that is amazing.
Yeah.
And you would like, how many licks does it take? One, two, three,
Mm-hmm.
three, you
Yes,
know?
exactly. I know, and it's funny because it's still relevant because Presley brought it up. About six
Oh,
months ago, she was like, "Yeah, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?" And I was like, "How do you know that?" And she's like, "Oh, I saw it online." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Okay,
oh.
brings me back. Hello."
So if I had been with you, we both would have turned our heads and I would have been like, since when do you listen to Little Kim?
Okay, shoot, because that inspired that song. For real. Oh my gosh. There's just so many
Ugh.
stuff, so many things. Like, I mean, and we really didn't even scratch the surface of, like, I'm thinking like we didn't scratch the surface of like Egos, Lego my Ego.
Or Ego Minis.
Yes. Ooh, hello. Oh my God.
That
This is
commercial
so
was
good.
cute. That commercial was super
Yes.
cute. And also, because I know we're going to talk about like this in a later episode, but when the internet was huge, yada yada, but like
Hmm.
the iMac came
Yes,
out
exactly.
in 98.
Hmm.
And our husband, Jeff Goldblum, was the voice of
Hmm.
it.
Wow,
So
really?
yeah, and I think it was when they were doing the colored see-through because the 90s was all about
Hmm.
see-through and color.
Yes. I say they
So
need to start bringing that back even more because
yeah, like the little laptop. Remember in Sex and the City when Aiden bought her the new laptop?
hmm.
Okay, it was like a little
Yes,
purse. Why can't we do
exactly.
that again?
Right. I think that's phenomenal, and it makes sense. This way you don't drop it and it's just a safety thing. But, the Macs you could pick, they had blue, they had purple, they had
Oh,
pink, and it was see-through and it lit up, it seemed, right? When you turned it on. I don't know. I just love the 90s for so many reasons, but that's a huge reason why, because I loved neon, fluorescent stuff.
exactly. Bring it back. Bring
Yeah.
me back my see-through stuff, the inflatable furniture, so that
Hmm.
we could not only sit in our in our game room, but take it out to the pool and float.
Thank you.
And also, I do want to sing two little ditties and see what it brings up for you.
Hmm.
I feel like chicken tonight. Do you remember that one?
I feel like chicken tonight. Oh my gosh, what is that though? I feel like
Ragu.
that's ragu?
Ragu chicken.
Oh my God, I didn't even know they had chicken, but I knew
They
that song.
that one. And then I want to know if sometimes I feel like a nut. Like, when was
Sometimes you
that?
don't.
Yeah,
Um,
when I think that was in the 90s.
yeah, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. What is that, peanut butter?
I think so.
Oh, how funny. Yeah, see? Genius, I tell you, genius.
Like I miss bring back the slogans.
I agree. Because those will last forever. Hello, look at us. I mean, come on now. It's just, yeah. I mean, remember, even
Oh,
like, oh,
oh,
which one?
almond joy. That's what it
Mm.
was. Sometimes you feel like a nut. It was the almond
Oh, that's
joy.
right, because they have almonds in there.
Yeah, that. But was it just almonds or wasn't there coconut involved? Because
Yeah,
I
I didn't
love
like that
almonds, but
candy.
I didn't like it either. Oh my
Hmm.
God. Oh,
I hate almond joy.
so do
Mm,
I. And
I
it
can't stand
reminds me
coconut.
of a baby Ruth or something. Like
Oh, I love Baby Ruths.
did you? I didn't like Tootsie Rolls, honestly.
Really? Oh, I love a good Tootsie Roll.
Mine will
But I have to
forever
be
and
in the mood.
yeah, see, mine was always Twix. Like my dad
Mm-hmm.
would always pick me up a little Twix, and then I'm weird, right? So like whenever he
Mm-hmm.
would go on long trips to Peru, he would buy me my last ceremonial Twix at the airport,
Oh,
and
I
that would be the
remember
last
that.
the last one I would eat until he came back, and I would save the
Oh my
wrapper.
gosh.
Why am
I
I
forgot
weird?
about that. I forgot about that, but I remember that.
I am
Oh my
so
gosh.
weird.
No, I love it. I love it. That is that. See that right there, what you just said to everyone that's listening, that right there encapsulates who you are. Like,
Weird.
no, I just love it. No, for real. Like, and that's the thing. And I think that's why we get along so well is we have
Yeah,
these things
these
that
quirks.
are, yeah, that are not normal, like for normal people. But that's what makes us who we are. I always tell Tony all the time, did you ever think you'd be with someone like me with all these
Okay.
weird things that I do? And he's like, no. I mean, he's like, no, honestly. I'm like, have you ever met anybody like me? He's like,
Exactly.
no, you know, but
Exactly.
say, we're unique. Okay.
Exactly. And I think they appreciate that because I'll ask Angel the same question. I'm like, how do you deal like with my weirdness? She just goes with the flow. She's like, I
Mhm.
love it. You keep every day fresh. I never know what's gonna
Yes,
come.
exactly. No, for real. Find yourselves one of us,
Yeah,
okay?
exactly. That's our
Yeah,
that is I think we should leave everyone with that tip.
I think
Find
so as
yourself
well.
and us and find the joy and the weird.
Yes,
Okay.
for real. And take a little time to taste the rainbow.
Oh, taste the rainbow. I like that Skittles.
Skittles, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Even though, all those dyes and stuff.
Buddha and then M&Ms. Yeah.
We're still alive though. We're
We
still
are.
kicking. So,
They
whatever.
again because we were born in the 80s and like came of age in the 90s. We're built differently.
Yeah,
So
we are. That's so true. What a blessing, though, for real, because I really think that all these things that we talked about today really inspired us to be who we are now. And all our quirkiness was inspired by all these marketing things that we saw growing up. It really expanded our imagination to make us Justine and stuff.
yep, I
Hmm.
agree. That was
Yeah.
beautifully said.
Thank you.
That's gorgeous. I have nothing more to add. That was
Same here.
perfect.
I hope you all enjoyed our recap of all our 90s commercials, our favorites, but there's so many more. And yeah, I loved it. I had a great time.
I did too. I laughed my butt off. And you guys, these commercials are all available on YouTube. So if you're
Yes.
like, what are they talking about? Go ahead and just look it up and
Hmm.
you're welcome. And if we left out any iconic commercials, please know that we did not mean to. You just let us know which one it was. And we're gonna
Hmm.
we're gonna be interested to hear from you. So thank you for listening, for laughing with us. And Neen. Till next time, catch you on the flip side.
Oh, yeah. Peace out, buddy.